Hi, welcome back to another Jetson video. In today's video, I'm going to set up the Jetson Orin Nano device and boot with the latest Jetpack version. For that, we have to follow this detailed doc as some intermediate steps are needed to update the firmware. You also need the storage, micro SD card or SSD, then DisplayPort cable with DisplayPort capable monitor or a DisplayPort to HDMI adapter with HDMI capable monitor with a keyboard and a mouse. Link to this setup guide is in the description and let's get started. Okay, so this is the Jetson board. I have connected all wires to the board now. First you can see the power cable, then DisplayPort to HDMI adapter and the HDMI cable, USB cable for the keyboard and the mouse. So you can see the setup with input devices and the monitor. Now I am going to switch on the device. You can see the green light and the fan is on. And let's look at the monitor. Remember, the first time we are going to boot the device without the SD card to check the version of the firmware. So let's wait few seconds. Okay, so you can see a shell window. Let's wait and type exit and press enter. Then you can go to the BIOS menu and here on the top left corner you can see the firmware version as mentioned 3.0326. According to the initial setup guide, if the firmware version is newer than 36, then we can continue with the latest Jetpack version. But unfortunately, our Jetpack firmware version is 3.0, which is a very old one. So because of that, we have to follow these intermediate steps. And first we have to flash our SD card with Jetpack version 5.13, and after following these steps we can get the latest Jetpack version. I got 64 GB micro SD card and I'm going to insert it into my laptop with this SD card adapter. Let's open SD card formatter. Make sure quick format option is selected and click on format button and then click yes to format the SD card. After that, open Balena Etcher and click on flash from file and select the right SD card image, which is Jetpack version 5.13. Then click on flash button. This process will take about 20 minutes to finish. So let's wait and see. After about 20 minutes, this is how the process looks like. So it's going to finish the flashing now. Flashing is completed now. Just remove the SD card without formatting it. Now boot with the SD card. You can see still the firmware version is 3.0. I am quickly going through the system configuration menu. I set up Wi-Fi, username, password and other things. Alright, so the system is started now. So let's skip these messages first. Okay, we don't want to send data now. Okay, skip this one and we are done here. Alright, so let's start the terminal to check some information about the current system. First, let's check the OS version we are in. Let's type cat etc/os release. Yes, we are in Ubuntu 20.04.6 LTS version. Then let's check about the CPU info. Yeah, we have 6 cores. So you can see starting from 0 to 5. We have 6 cores now. Alright, let's check about the memory information. This is the critical part because all the versions have less memory. So you can see the total memory capacity is about 6.6 gigabytes, whether it says Jetson Orin Nano has 8 gigabytes of memory. Okay, so if you can see these notifications about the system update, then you are good to restart the Jetson device. Okay, let's restart. It will take some time to update the firmware here, so I have fast forwarded the video. The firmware update is complete now. You can see the firmware version as 5.0. Alright, so we have restarted the system and our firmware version is updated to 5.0. Let's start the terminal and run the commands in the setup guide so we can further update our firmware version. First we have to run sudo nvboot control dump slot info. So check whether the information is matching with the given information in the setup guide. Then you can run sudo apt get install NVIDIA L40 Jetson Orin Nano QSPI update command. Sometimes it will get failed. The reason is you have to update the packages. So you can run sudo apt get update first and then run this command. So let's wait until this process is done. Okay, it says that you can reboot the target system for update to take effect. So that means good, so we can restart the system. Let's restart. After this firmware update is completed, the system will not reboot again. So what you have to do is get the SD card out and flash with the latest Jetpack version. Now same as before, we have to flash the SD card again, but with the Jetpack version 6.1 version. So select this SD card image and then click on flash. This process might take around 25 minutes, which is longer than the previous one. As usual, wait until flashing is completed and then remove the SD card without formatting it. Finally, we are booting the Jetson with Jetpack version 6.1. But first, let me show some information about the current state of the device. So just skip these messages and open the terminal. Alright, first let's look at the OS version we are in. So you can type cat etc os-release. So you can see we are in Ubuntu 22.04.4 LTS version. And let's find out the CPU information. information as well. So it displays the sys costs and their information. Moving on, let's go to the memory information. Here you can see the total memory is increased up to 7.8 gigabytes. This marks the end of the tutorial on setting up Jetson Orin Nano Developer Kit. Thanks for watching and see you soon in the next video.